President Joe Biden has tapped Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg to help build public support for the president's $2 trillion infrastructure bill. Republicans, though, are blasting it as too expensive and filled with projects they don't consider to be critical infrastructure needs. They're also against the corporate tax hike designed to finance the package. But in my one-on-one interview with the secretary, he says the bill is desperately needed right now and focused on the country's future. It is called the American Jobs Act. Job creation is certainly a big part of this. In terms of the number here, there's been some confusion or misinformation about the number of jobs this would create. The number 19 million has been out there over 10 years. Further studies show to be closer to 2.7 million. What's the number you're working with here in terms of the number of jobs this would create in the long term?
Different studies may disagree on the exact amount, but they are pointing toward the creation of millions of jobs. And one other thing I think is really important, a study out of Georgetown showed something that I think all Americans need to know about, which is that the majority of the jobs you create with a big infrastructure plan like this don't require a college degree. So we're also creating good jobs across the spectrum at a moment when a lot of blue-collar communities are hurting.
Joe Manchin, senator from West Virginia, pivotal figure in all of this. The main financing mechanism behind the bill is that corporate tax increase from 21 to 28. Manchin seems to support 25 as his number. If you don't get the 28 that's now in the package now, where are there other possibilities for where that money could come from if you don't get the full 21 to 28% tax increase?
We think 28 is the right answer. You know, most of my lifetime, it's actually been at 35, and American corporations were perfectly competitive at 35, so we're pretty sure they could handle 28. But you know, we are hearing that there are other ideas out there, and I look forward to catching up with Senator Manchin and anybody else who wants to suggest an alternative way to pay for this. I do want to point out that this plan, the president's vision, is paid for. Over the course of 15 years, it'd be fully paid for, and after those 15, it would actually be reducing the deficit. But yeah, if there are other models, other ideas, now's a great time to put them forward.
And former mayor of South Bend, now member of President Biden's cabinet, how's that transition been? How are you liking the game at this level in this new capacity, on a more personal note?
You know, I love doing this work. I'm from the industrial Midwest, a place that was really built by the American transportation sector. And the opportunity to be leading this department at a moment when we're doing so much as a country, or at least we're hopefully about to do so much as a country on transportation, with so much change and so much opportunity, it's incredibly exciting.
While the president tries to drum up public support for the bill and does want Republicans on board, he has said he will fast-track the bill through the Senate if necessary, which means he would only need 51 votes instead of 60 to get around GOP opposition.